All right, welcome to another episode of Life in Coastal Georgia with the Johnson Group. No matter if you're moving across the street or across the country, we're here to guide you through the entire process with expert advice, trusted resources, and local insights you can count on. Welcome to the Johnson Group, your relocation team in coastal Georgia and beyond.
I'm Ashley, and I'm the broker and owner of the Johnson Group.
Hi, I am Parish. I am the CFO and realtor of the Johnson Group, and I have lived in the coastal Georgia area since 2017. Hey, I'm Robin Allison. I am a realtor here with the Johnson Group, and I've lived here in Savannah since 2011.
Let's start with a little fun fact about Savannah. And Andrea on our team told me this the other day. Do you know what the red door signifies? Like why people
Yeah,
paint their
didn't
doors
come
red?
from Andrea. We asked Andrea. We were talking about it, but a friend from North Carolina texted me and asked me if it's really true.
You did. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ashley
So
asked us.
I
Do
I
didn't
was
know
like,
this until the other day.
I didn't either.
that's crazy. Like, you live in North Carolina. Like, why are you asking me that?
Okay, so it's a cool thing. There's a
So
lot of different reasons why it's red.
was she like saying she wanted to paint her door red, or why are all of the crazy people in Savannah painting their doors red?
She said, "Is it true you're not allowed to paint your door red in Savannah?" And I was like, "No, I've never heard that."
There's no rule. They're not, like the door
It's like
piece. They're
we're
like
like
to come get
looking
you.
up like
And
the
that's where
details more
Andrea
and
came
it's
in,
just
who's lived
like
here less time than all of us, and gave us the answer.
Oh, that's what it was. She did know the fun fact,
yeah.
which was, you remember the fun fact? I did Google it. Of course I did. And I asked Chad. Gotta ask Chad.
Yeah, yeah, Josh Chan.
Chad gave me a
So
dissertation.
well,
So
He
what's
had
the
lots
answer?
to say. The answer
so
is yes, it came
you're
from Britain.
Mhm.
What did you find?
I heard
I mean, I know what it means, but
okay, go ahead. What does it
the
mean?
traditional thing from Britain was that people would paint their red doors when they paid off their mortgage. So it was like a sign that they no longer had a mortgage on the house.
That's what I heard.
It's pretty cool.
Honestly, you should fly a flag outside when you pay off your mortgage.
Like, do
What an
fireworks, do all
accomplishment.
kinds of things.
Yes. Have a
Right.
party.
Constantly. Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of other reasons too, though. Not everybody that has a red door has their mortgage paid off, obviously. But
Not now, but
No.
back in the day.
yeah,
Yeah. There's also symbolism for feng shui. Your red door symbolizing good luck, positive energy, and prosperity. So there that is. There's a lot of like cultural things that people associate with red
yeah.
being a good thing.
I mean, I'm a
Scottish
Georgia
people,
Bulldog fan, and I have a white house with black shutters and a red door. So that's
I
cultural.
mean,
If that's
that's
not the
true.
ultimate Bulldogs fan right
Bulldog fan. Exactly.
there.
That is a whole culture in itself, though.
It is.
Like
Yes, it is.
Bulldog fans are just a different breed.
They're a
Like
different
watching
breed
a
of folk.
Bulldogs game with like true Bulldogs fans is a culturalism around here.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is. Yes,
I
it
am
sure
not
is.
diehard. My brother is, however, and his whole family is, and it was like intense watching football games with them. They get loud.
Serious thing.
It
It is
is.
serious.
We have a lot of traditions that we do, and yeah, we don't like to sway from them.
All right, so let's talk about secrets of our local market. Things that only we know because we've lived here, things that you might miss because you can't like just Google them. Like they're not stuff that you would know unless you lived here. So the first one I really want to get into, where would you guys live if money wasn't a thing? Like where around here have you gone into and you were like, "Oh, I'd really like to live here. Like this place is amazing." Or if like your spouse or, schools or any of the limiting things, reasons why we live where we live wasn't a factor. Like where would you live, Robin?
I would probably no, this is a tough one. Because well, I was gonna say I love waterways, but and I'd love to live like on the water in waterways, but it's a little bit further away than I want to be.
Well,
So
that's a long drive. You gotta be
yeah,
prepared for that drive.
yeah. So That's
It's
why I live
beautiful when
here.
you get there, but
But
whoa,
it's
there's
a
a lot of driving.
wonderful community.
It's so pretty out there, and there's just so much to do and so many options, and I could really see myself living that lifestyle. It's just a little further away than I want to be.
You know, the lifestyle's not worth it for me, personally.
What about
Lots
you,
of
Miss Moving
people
Queen? Where
love
would
it.
you live if money wasn't an option?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're the one
so
that's moved how many times, Erin?
12 or 14, I don't know. There's a debate in our house about actually how many times, so I haven't nailed him down on what we actually agree on the number is, so we'll see. It depends on if you count before we were married and I moved in with a next door neighbor and this whole thing.
Oh,
Um,
boy.
so my husband would live in the Landings or Savannah Quarters because he loves pickleball and tennis. And both of those are huge, like community
Or she would.
oriented.
Yeah.
Well, because in his 20s, he's been, I feel like a retiree, like on the inside since he was, 21. He's kind of an old soul. Um, and he likes to boat and things too. So the Landings is close to all the water and doing the things. So that's
But
probably.
what about you? Where would you want to live?
Oh, I love the Ford Plantation or the Ford Field and River Club.
Ford Field and River Club.
That's where I would
Um,
want to live.
It is
It's-
beautiful in there. It
Yeah.
is so natural looking.
It just has
and
everything that, like, like it has the stables. Like I've always loved horses. I know Ashley loves, horses too. And so
Subscribe, Bob.
They told me they'd get me a stick horse to ride around here in the office.
nice.
Yep, we sure did.
But no, around here, so
Oh,
they call Ford Field and River Club the Ford around here now.
yes.
And it is definitely just there's so many options of things to do in there too, and it's just one of the most beautiful landscape
feel like
places to drive around. And
it's just
in
so
awe.
picturesque in there. Like when you grow up, imagine living on Main Street and every house is so perfect. Like that
That's
is
it. Yes.
a Ford. And so I tell you, that's everybody's dream is to like live in a place where it's so picturesque and, portraying like a perfect life, which obviously isn't, realistic.
Oh, it's
but
not the case, but it's
Yeah,
still fun.
but that's what you feel like
look
you
at that
get when
from
you
the
drive
outside,
through those
like,
gates. Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
No, but it's so cool. I mean, they do have everything. They have fitness classes. They have restaurants. There's the equestrian center, like you mentioned. There's just so much to do in there. Golf. I'm sure they have
Ashley, where would you
The
live?
lifestyle
and things
is
like
just
that.
awesome.
I mean, obviously in the like grand, like perfect world, like somewhere on the water, like where I could walk out the back door and there's the pool and the boat and
Yeah, I don't think you would pick a neighborhood though. I think you would probably pick
I
by
feel like,
yourself.
Ashley, you need like some
if I could have
land.
10 acres on deep water where I could have a horse and my boat,
Oh, that would be ideal.
that would be it. Then you pull up and you've got the big white house with the, black
So basically
shutters and the wood
midway,
accents
And the red front
way.
door.
and the
You're
big
living
front
midway.
double front door and find me 10 acres with the big majestic oak trees and then you walk out the back and it's just deep water.
That would be amazing.
That
And you're in for an awesome swimming pool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if money wasn't an option, that would.
if money wasn't an option, yes.
That sounds pretty awesome.
And I mean 10 acres on deep water is not easy to find.
No,
10 acres.
10 acres in general around here is not easy to find.
Yeah.
For sure.
No. That is kind of a Savannah thing. I get people all the time saying they want to buy land, and it's really
Yes.
not that easy to find land around.
It's not.
here. So much
not
has
easy
it
to find at
depended by
all.
timber companies. So
Yeah.
they're not going to parcel off a couple.
And
acres for
especially
you.
not in like the actual Savannah. Like people are like, I want to live in Savannah on land, and I'm like,
Even in the county, that I mean, even out here, we're in the country. Whereas they might say where we live, it's not.
No, the land is
Not
owned
much.
in large tracts of land. It's not like there's like little pieces of 5 acres just floating around there that individuals
very
own.
rarely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all
You don't understand that
parceled
'cause,
off.
like where I grew up in North Carolina, it's not anything to drive down the road and buy a 20-acre
Same.
piece of property.
I grew up in Georgia, in the middle of Georgia, like South Georgia, and I mean they would sell 50 acres that would just be, for sale. You just go buy it,
Yeah.
build a house. But here is
Yeah.
not that way. Land is at a premium because one side of us is all the coast and marsh.
Yeah.
We have a ton of marshland. Like acres and acres and acres of marshalling, which is great. It's beautiful and we love it.
But a
it
lot of our
also-
coastline is usable.
Yes. Usable or unusable?
Well, you can build houses more so.
Oh, yeah. Because it's not like it's the ocean. The ocean doesn't butt into
Mhm.
Georgia. It's that all the marshlands and the islands
Correct.
and
Yeah.
but it is
rivers and all that. I mean,
flood.
it creates a really cool ecosystem for sure.
But it does
Yeah,
flood, yes.
Absolutely.
But you have the little thing called tide that we have to deal with.
And we have one of the biggest tidal changes. We have like a 9-foot tidal change every day.
It's insane.
People don't understand what you say when you mean that.
No, so we go from like high tide and at low tide, it's like 9 feet lower.
Like
I'm still taking our bike to the Keys. People are like,
backwards, up to down.
no, up.
up to down. Yeah. And
People
when
are
you
like-
you go down to Jacksonville or to Charleston, and it's only about a 1 to 2
Two.
foot swing in those two
Yeah,
cities.
same thing when we go down to the Keys and the people down there are like, watch out for the tide change. And we're like,
You're like,
Oh,
no.
no.
Where
have
you
plans. Yeah, where we laugh because we're used to a 9-foot. Like when you go out to the island, like you put your boat here in the morning and it's high tide. You've got it way out here by the afternoon
I mean, it's like
for low tide.
50, 60 yards difference between where the water starts at high tide and it ends like at the end of the day.
Oh, it's huge. So that's definitely something people from other places don't understand. They're like, oh, I'm going to bring my boat and just pop it in. Like, no. You need to know the waterways.
You got to
around
know
here.
which
You need to know
waterways
the
are high
tides.
tide, or
Absolutely.
which waterways
And
are low
not
tide
all
all
of
the
them
time.
you can put
Yeah, because you're not taking your boat up some creeks at low tide that you brought it down at high tide.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, that's a
Parish-
big change. That
Parish says something that we get questions all the time. If people don't understand it when they first come about their boat and storage. Boat storage.
Oh, what?
There's a delay. I don't know why.
I can't hear.
I don't
her.
hear Parish at all. What'd you say? Parish is just sitting there.
What was your question about boat storage?
Oh, we can't hear. Oh, where people can't store their boats at their houses. Like, there's a lot of limitations on where you can put your boat.
Yeah. I feel like even if a neighborhood, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'll start it. I have had clients that don't want an HOA, and that is hard to find here, especially if like location-wise, if you want to be, in Richmond Hill, close to Savannah, or in Savannah. And even if there's not an HOA, there's usually covenants that you have to follow, and a lot of them will not allow you to store your boat in your driveway, or
your
a
RV.
camper or an RV. And so finding a place to store those is huge. And we do have several places, but they get booked up really quickly. So that's one thing you have to look into really before you make the move.
Yeah, you had a
It's like,
client
where are
that
you going
had-
to store your stuff?
that had a what did you call it? A semi.
How come it was the semi truck that they were trying to park in their driveway?
So
neighborhoods aren't going to allow that.
But it wasn't. It was an RV. It was like a. It was a big RV.
It was an
It was a
RV.
large RV.
She was like, "Where can they park this semi?" I'm like, "You mean like a tractor trailer?"
Are they like long truckers? They're like got the like semi, but I don't know. I don't think they're able to park that anywhere around here.
I was so confused when you talked to me.
We all were. But yes, boating and RVs and storage, all of that stuff is hard around here because it is not. They're not just like, yeah, sure, let's park it all. I
Yeah, we
appreciate
do have a
I appreciate that the fact that not everybody has all their stuff all over their yard because the neighborhood that I live in is like it's very pretty and they are very serious about it. But I do appreciate it, so
Yeah.
it keeps it nice.
Yeah, there are a few neighborhoods around. I know of a couple here in Richmond Hill that do not allow it on your lot, but they have boat storage or like just a lot or a gated area where you can just park your trailer or park your boat.
which is awesome.
So those
I
are
mean,
Yeah,
there's a couple of them here.
and
So, like, a waterfront?
it'll let you keep it certain months of the year, like from March
Yeah.
to this month. Yeah,
So
Yeah,
Waterford
Waterford
Landing, Waterways
with
has
the
a trail
trail.
paid. Yeah,
Marsh Harbor.
Buckhead's north.
Bucka North has storage. Yeah, that you pay
Mhm.
for extra for.
it's open to the
Any
public
others?
too.
Yes.
Well,
Some
some
of
of
them
them are
are
included in the
public.
neighborhood.
Yeah,
Woodland
Trail
Trail
is
is
open to the
included in the
public.
neighborhood.
Interesting.
Yeah, Woodland Trail and Waterford
No, I
are
didn't
both
know it was
private.
included.
Same with Marsh
Wow.
Harbor.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
I didn't know that
Yeah.
about. I didn't know Marsh Harbor had storage too for the neighbors.
I didn't either. It's kind of hidden in the woods before you
hidden in
get
the
to the
woods, yeah.
neighborhood. It's like hidden, but yeah, they have a little gated area in the woods right before, if you're coming from 144, it's right
She's
before
gonna be
you.
looking for that when she drives home today.
I sure am because now I'm
I'm gonna be
I
looking for it too.
drive by it
Yeah.
every day and I didn't see it
Yeah.
there.
No,
So
I didn't either. I had to ask my sellers about it and where it was because they told me it was there. I was like, "Where is this? I don't see it."
yeah,
on
because
the
you
map.
have a
I don't see
listing in
it."
there right now. Wow.
We do.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to tell David Schultz because he's going to want to like move in there.
Oh,
He's
no.
gonna move there. Well, when a lot of people relocate to this area, those are questions that they always ask. Like, people call me, not only agents from our team, but other agents. They're like, "Where do you keep your boat? And how much do you pay for it?" And I'm like, "Good grief!" And they're like, "No, we have a client looking." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well,
In that case.
in that case, send me your client, and I'll tell them where they can put their boat after I help them buy." No, I'm kidding.
The funny part is, the funny part is like our neighborhood, we can park our cars in the driveway and the boat has to go in the garage. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
wait a minute. That one didn't. Yeah. No. So,
I mean, but I live in Savannah, and that's how my neighborhood would be also.
yeah. I mean, they're all that way. I've lived in several and they're all that way.
Yeah. She's trying to check off every neighborhood in Richmond Hill.
Maybe.
She is working
We'll get
on it.
there.
She's
I
working
was
on
gonna say,
it.
I think that is your goal.
No,
She's
so we've
working on
had
it, yeah.
4 in one neighborhood.
The same
And we've
neighborhood.
had 2 in another neighborhood. And we'll probably work on 2 in the neighborhood we're in now. And then all the rest for other neighborhoods.
So while we're talking about
just-
neighborhoods and HOAs, I wanted to mention something too, that a lot of people are very scared of an HOA. People from other areas tell me all the time, people from the north or west or wherever they're from, tell me, "Oh, I do not want an HOA. I hear horror stories and they're crazy and this and that." Overall, I mean, obviously, there's exceptions to everything, but I think overall our HOAs here in the Richmond Hill and Savannah areas aren't that crazy. I mean, they're not super expensive, and it's just really to maintain your property value. Keep your house looking
Yes.
good and don't store a bunch of junk there, and they're not really going to bother you.
No, they're
You
not.
know
But
the
we-
business you're getting into when you move into a place, but just don't be scared of them. Just like following like what you're supposed to be doing, then it's fine. Like, don't
I
just
think
like we
we-
are, and you're good. Don't park
We
a
are
car in the driveway.
unique. I don't know anywhere else that has as many like neighborhood plan developments because the paper companies sell off large tracts to developers here.
Yeah.
Most other places aren't that way. They're all privately held land and then they sell them like little pieces off and then it kind of creates a different atmosphere. And then here you have all of the neighborhoods. So your options are really HOA with a community or you have to go further out where the paper company didn't own it. So
One of my only other things that people ask me here is about the alligators and the snakes.
yeah,
We do have alligators and we do have snakes.
Yes, we do. Both.
Are they gonna eat me? Are they gonna come up and get
Are they
me?
going to come up in my yard and bite me?
Am I gonna be walking my dog and it's gonna and eat my dog?
No.
Jump
They
right in the
generally
water.
tend to be pretty more afraid of us, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, it would be scary to see one walking down the road, which happens, but usually they even like sunning themselves on the side of a bank or something. But
So where we see water,
We had a family
it'll
of
be
them.
alligators in it at some point.
That is another question. It's like, does this water have alligators? I'm like, if there's water, just assume that there's also an alligator.
And a snake.
oh yes, insane. We had a lot of rain and there was water in a ditch in our old neighborhood. And the little baby alligators all came out like crawling out of the little canal and they were just sunning in the ditch. I'm like, well, there you go. But they don't care. Like we walked by them. They
Well, they don't. They're
kept
not
laying
aggressive.
there and I kept walking by. And they're
Little dolls
little.
are known to be more aggressive. We have alligators. They're not to be
Yeah.
aggressive. Not to
No.
say like don't go play with them and get near.
Yeah, I
them,
mean, if
just
you get in the
avoid
water
them,
with them, they might bite you. But if you're just walking by and not teasing them,
Yeah,
they're
they're not, throwing
normally
chicken
coming
legs
after
at
you.
them.
Exactly.
They're generally not a big.
Here's my little doggy here, a snack.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't walk your little dog right by the alligators for sure. But
No. Or let them run around in the backyard if you know that you live on water and you know that
Mhm.
there's a mama alligator out there and she's hungry.
Yeah. Hungry.
Alrighty. Let's see. I think we hit all of our topics.
You didn't talk about the Spanish moss.
Well, it was just
Oh,
suggestions.
Spanish
Oh,
moss is
yes.
gorgeous.
Oh, so you moved here from somewhere else, Robin. I grew up with Spanish moss because I'm from the area. My grandparents had big oak trees. I grew up with my grandmother yelling out of the back door, "Don't play with the moss." So
Yeah. No, I did not grow
it's
up with
got
it.
bugs
So
in it.
yeah,
Um,
red bugs.
yes. Did you have to learn that? Like, did somebody tell you? How did that come about for y'all?
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
y'all
one of those things I kind of learned along the way is not to touch it. My husband grew up in Georgia, in Atlanta, but they don't really have Spanish moss
We
up
don't
there
have
either.
Spanish moss there.
No.
No.
But it's just kind of one of those things you pick up on when I don't know. But yeah, you don't want to touch it.
Because you hear enough
Crazy to
people say, "Don't touch that moss, it's got bugs in it."
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is crazy to think that they used to use Spanish moss as like mattress material in
Mattress
the historic, like like they used to pack bags and stuff, and they'd put Spanish moss in it. So could you imagine all the bugs that they had in their bed?
The amount of history that lives in Savannah, like going downtown and doing a tour, and I've lived here since 2007. I think it's so much fun to go down there and do one of those because you learn something new every single time.
Yeah, I love history. It was
So much history.
yeah, it's so much fun. I recently had buyers moving from up in Virginia, moving down here, and they always had dreams of owning a historic home in Savannah. And so I got to show them a bunch of properties downtown, and it was so much fun just to tour all these historic homes. They ended up moving toward a condo that was a little bit newer because they did realize that the historic homes have a lot of upkeep and maintenance that they weren't quite ready to take on.
But they still got to be in the historic area.
They did. They got a house on Jones Street, which is amazing, and it
Like
was
the best street.
Which
Yeah,
is
one of
where the saying "keeping up with the Joneses" came from.
it is
I
one
mean,
of
but
the most
really, who are the Joneses?
I think
I don't know.
I don't know, but I think the street was actually named after like a prior mayor or something of Savannah. Like I don't
Oh,
know who
wow.
he was and maybe he was the one you wanted to keep up with. I don't know.
What is Mr. Jones doing today?
Am I right?
Yeah.
No, I
But no,
was
it is
surprised
one of the
by
most
Jones
beautiful
Street.
streets.
It's really
a
pretty,
surprise.
but
It's
I
gorgeous.
was it is very pretty, but I was kind of surprised you go from like I don't know what the street is. I can't remember the name of it. It's the street that like runs that Jones runs into. So you go from that street like all the way down Jones, and not all of Jones Street is like all of the pretty houses. It's like
No.
parts of Jones Street is very like up and coming. And then
Yeah.
you get to the end of Jones
Mhm.
Street and it's up and coming again too. So I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah,
It's
But that
beautiful,
middle
but
part of downtown is where it's got those the brick lined streets. It still has all those
yes,
historic bricks and everything, and it's just so pretty.
it is very pretty. And it's
Oh,
got the
those bricks are
antebellum
so pretty.
two-sided. Yeah, but they're horrible to walk and on your
Yeah, don't
heels.
wear heels.
Don't wear heels. That's the first thing you tell people. Don't wear heels downtown.
Yeah, if you're going downtown and you want to be walking around.
Unless you're Ashley, who has no trouble with it. She's like,
Ashley, how do you handle the stone stairs of death with heels?
You just gotta be careful.
And then the
Ashley's
cobblestones
heels are
on-
like
the cobblestone
tennis shoes
on
to
River
anybody
Street.
else.
My heels are like tennis shoes to anybody else, right?
yes.
Can't do it. Older I get.
I've
I
seen
just
her
wear
run in
tennis
them,
shoes
like
now.
full sprint run in heels. I'm like, dang, I'd break my neck.
I couldn't
'cause
even wear
you
like a
made me.
1 or 2 inch heel anymore. I'm a tennis shoe girl these
You
days.
videoed me like running down a golf course.
Yes, I did.
It's funny because I always joke about
It was
Ashley,
hilarious.
like in her heels because you walk fast too, and so it's just like little flamingo legs, just like
They move so fast. I'm like,
Yes.
I have longer legs than her, but I still walk slower because she is like, she getting it.
That's funny.
She never goes anywhere slow either. It's always fast. We're always well, unless she's on her phone and then she slows down some, but then you have to kind of like direct her. And then hold her hand out so she doesn't walk.
Well,
And that's because you're busy. You're a busy lady.
if you ever go to Savannah, you've got to go see Jones Street. because it's
Yes.
absolutely gorgeous. We went down there and did some filming a while back.
We sure did. We filmed a ton of stuff down there. I actually love it down there. I don't go very often, but I do love it.
I love it. I love to go play tourist in our own city.
I
Like
do
we go
too.
places and we go other places on vacation and we're like, oh, this town is the cutest town. And we realize we live in Savannah, Georgia. Do you realize people
Yes.
vacation
Yeah.
in Savannah, Georgia?
Yeah.
Like they come here to see it because it's so pretty and it's
People
around the
come
corner from us.
exactly. They come to see Savannah, and we don't go downtown very often.
And we don't go downtown when we live 25 minutes away from it. Like,
Mhm.
why? So we try to, but not enough.
I don't ever. But yes, you're right.
Andrea from our team does. Andrea goes downtown. She knows more of the touristy information than all of us put together, I think.
All right, I think that wraps up today's episode. Thank you for joining us for another chat with Ashley, Parish, and Robin. And we would love to have you hit the subscribe button to get more local information and tips and tricks about buying and selling in coastal Georgia. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to view these videos and other ones we put out.